Carolina defense is awesome. They are awesome, Kyle. They make plays. They have a couple big plays a game, but it's clear at this point what's holding them back. It's Baker Mayfield. And I have to just ask myself, is Baker legitimately the worst starting quarterback in the NFL? And I'm looking at the stats. We talked about it in our preview video, looking at the stats. Week 1, he has like a 50% completion percentage. Week 2, 48.3, 48 the next week, 61 this week, low 60s, but he has 2 picks. He's not helping this team. In fact, he's killing this team at this point. I know we joke about McAdoo, but come on. Even with Matt Rhule hanging around there, there's been some level of confidence in the Carolina Panthers offense with Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Darnold under center. Where is that offense this year? You thought they made I thought they made an upgrade at quarterback. I thought this was a clear upgrade at quarterback, but now I just look at Baker and he's just not the same guy. Or was he ever that guy? Was he ever a guy in the NFL?
I will go back to the thing that I said when Baker Mayfield first got traded. Remember 4 months? Remember we waited 4 months for that trade to happen? People on NFL Network were going insane trying to analyze Baker Mayfield. And I said it then, and it's true now. Baker Mayfield is an upgrade versus Sam Darnold, and it will not change the Panthers' win total 1 game. Well, it is an upgrade that will not change.
Part of the thing with Baker was he became a sympathetic character towards the end. Obviously, we know everything that went on with the Browns, the trade for Deshaun. Baker, you're just kind of screwed. Get out of town. You're not an adult in this room. You're a bum. Get out of here, right? And people bring up his Call of Duty stats too, in the same way we bring up Kyler. and this year we're starting to see with less talent on offense, but at the same time, I say less talent, but I'm looking around the Panthers. Are they that bad? Are they really? I mean, yes. DJ Moore, how? DJ Moore's good. Yeah. Robbie Anderson's been good in the past. Chris McCaffrey is amazing when he's healthy, and he's been healthy this year. How are they not good besides their quarterback?
The things that are good about the Carolina Panthers, every decent football team has one of them. So point to the defense. Brian Burns, very, very excellent defensive player. Gets a double-digit sack numbers, great pressures. 10 teams have a Brian Burns, and if they don't have specifically a Brian Burns, they have a player on defense who is as important to that team as Brian Burns.
But Brian Burns is living up to his abilities because he's making plays during the game. He's making plays that help teams that have competent offenses win games.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Absolutely. 20 teams have a Brian Burns. 20 teams have a DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey, you could argue, might be the great separator for the Carolina Panthers. And for whatever reason it is, and I can explain it, but I don't understand it. The running back position just doesn't translate to value in the NFL the way it does at other positions. And I can explain it, but I don't really understand it.
But we saw Christian McCaffrey have success with a decrepit Cam Newton. We saw him have success with Kyle Allen at quarterback.
Yeah,
they were even gaining a little bit of offense going when he was healthy and Sam Darnold was still on the field. We're seeing none of that with Baker in there. We're seeing him not even be able to hit open receivers, find anyone that's open. The only one that's open that he hits is the other team.
That one, I think, is because Christian McCaffrey is just a lesser player than he was 3 to 4 years ago. I think that's a byproduct of running backs don't age well, and he's had a couple injuries, and he's still a very, very good running back. He's 5th year Alvin Kamara instead of, 2nd year in the league. He was all pro as a rusher and a receiver because Christian McCaffrey was just this magical gift. And Baker Mayfield, let's back to your original point about who the worst starting quarterback in the NFL is. Baker Mayfield's in what I call the fringe starter category, which is there's 32 teams, but there's only 22 starting quarterback jobs every year because either a team elects to tank and actively choose a quarterback who is not one of the 32 best, or they would opt to play a rookie instead of playing someone who might be right now a better fit. So obviously the Jaguars last year were going to play Trevor Lawrence instead of trading for, I don't know, say Baker Mayfield, for example. They were obviously going to go that route even if, Trevor Lawrence had worse passing statistics. So there's usually between 22 and 24 starting quarterback openings, and Baker Mayfield, Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, Mitchell Trubisky, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor. Those are all the quarterbacks. Marcus Mariota, who's probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL if it's not Baker.
I'm going to dispute that right now because Marcus Mariota, the Falcons are 2-2, and the Falcons have less talent to work with. Mariota's
but
winning with a lesser team.
Marcus Mariota threw an interception, and then Arthur Smith ran 15 consecutive run plays. They are trying to hide Marcus Mariota because Arthur Smith wants to run the ball a bunch. And
well, maybe that would be the benefit for the Panthers if they could hide Baker. But unfortunately, Baker makes himself very known in this offense. He's very hard to ignore in this offense at this point. So just going through the drive, so they turn it over on downs on their first possession, punt, fumble, interception, field goal.
By the way, I will mark
punt,
against a defense,
interception,
against
downs.
a defense that coming into this game was second worst in the NFL in DVOA. They are according to Football Outsiders DVOA statistic, which I think is very good, second worst defense in the league. They couldn't do anything against Arizona.
Yeah, and a lot of these punts too are three and out, 4 plays, 3 and out. These aren't even consistent drives that I feel like even again going around. So Mariota can sustain a drive every now and then. Okay, Jacoby Brissett right now, currently a starting quarterback, at least for the foreseeable future with Cleveland, won the week 1 game against Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers. And I've seen the Cleveland Browns move the ball this year on offense. That's something that I'm not really seeing with any level of consistency from the Carolina Panthers. And maybe it is bad play calling, but Jesus Christ, like where is Baker?
I told you all, I said it in the group chat we have in week 1. My goal of being a healthy football fan this year is that I'm not going to watch any Carolina Panthers football. And it'll pop up on the red zone and I'll be forced to watch it, which fortunately it hasn't popped up that much over the past few games to start the year. But like, I'm not going to actively seek out the Carolina Panthers because that offense is boring and bad. Like if you're a bad offense, it's just
Geno Smith currently is outplaying Baker Mayfield. Geno Smith's currently outplaying Russell Wilson, which is a conversation for another day. But the fact that Geno Smith, Mariota, Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater in the half game he played are all outplaying Baker Mayfield is concerning because he's not even playing up to the ability that we thought he had. We thought he was at least, a 65% passer, maybe a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. I guess you would say the interceptions are down. He's only thrown 3 through 4 games, but he only has 4 touchdowns too, 4-3. So not even a 2-to-1.
Improvement. The passes are falling incomplete instead of into the arms of other teams.
Which, there is the stat out there that if you threw the ball into the ground a certain level of time, you get an elevated QBR of 30 something. Right now, he's currently sitting with like a passer rating of 87.1. I think if you were to look at probably every PFF grade, you would say that he's getting killed right now compared to other starters in the league. Hell, even Bailey Zappi, 10 for 14, had almost 100 yards today and almost beat the Packers. He helped the Patriots win more than Baker Mayfield's.
The only team I can think of with a worse coordinating situation than the Carolina Panthers is the Patriots, and the Patriots somehow have more life than Carolina because Carolina is a bad football team. And now that Mitchell Trubisky is out of our lives, I think Baker Mayfield might have the crown for worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's earned it, folks. But if you think that Baker Mayfield is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL currently, let us know in the comments section. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but we need to know what you're feeling about this current Carolina Panthers offense. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. From Juju Talk Sports and Kyle Ledbetter, stay safe, happy, and healthy. We'll see you on the next one.